Hey guys, so today I am building a student tiny home. I got inspired by a picture I saw on Pinterest the other day, and I was initially going to recreate that to a T, but as I was building this, I ended up taking a lot of creative freedoms, so I think it looks very different from the picture I saw. So I just completely forgot about it and did what I wanted to do with this, and I think it ended up looking pretty nice. If it was now, maybe I would have had a bit of a touch of yellow to the outside walls, like I did with a lot of furniture on the inside, So I placed those half walls as fencing to that side because it looks more polished and it looks really nice. I really like that. That was one part that I actually took or got inspired by from the image, and it looks really nice. I added like these big windows to this front part, it looks really good. And I added a tiny window there because I knew that was going to be the kitchen nook thing, so I just didn't really want to use big windows there because it doesn't make much sense for me to make that. In here I imagine a girl, a student, who also works from home, maybe on YouTube, or just does like some gaming streams or something, that also goes to university, because that actually makes sense as to why maybe she would afford to have a tiny home all for herself while she's still studying. It makes a lot more sense if she works from home too. I actually kind of got inspired by Kayla, going to university and also studying, also working from home. In here I at first was going to add this brownish paneling, but I ended up changing it for white brick, and you can see that later. I ended up changing that to white brick because I decided that I was going to use white brick on the inside a lot, so I wanted to tie it up a bit more on the outside. I think it ends up looking really nice, but also a little bit too white maybe on the outside. If it was now, maybe I would have added some type of yellow to the outside walls, like I said, because when I was initially building this, I wasn't really imagining yet what type of personality the sim who lives here could kind of have. As I went to the inside, I did end up deciding that the sim was like a bubbly girl who really loves yellow and bright stuff. So that little nook thing next to the stairs that has the bushes and the flowers on it is actually just a fence, like some concrete fence. It's literally just that. I was initially looking for those flower things that I don't really know what they're called. I'm having a brain fart here. But none of them fit there like I wanted them to, so I ended up just making my own. And here I went for the good old reliable fencing that I go for a lot because it matches pretty well, and a lot of the other fencing just doesn't match. At least like shorter fencing just never matches, and that's so annoying. I wish, at least with the packs that I have, I wish Maxis would upgrade those and make them match, but it's okay. And in here I end up using some debug pathway rocks. That's why I am pulling them from a pile on the side, because I did stop recording so I could go through debug and find them and place them there on the side, because it makes it easier for me when editing. I have a little bit less footage time. I do like to plan out a little bit before I actually press screen record, I think it is better for me, because I end up having a little less footage, and I still do have a lot, don't get me wrong, when I upload the footage to the video editor. I usually, like for this tiny home, if I'm not wrong, I had almost 3 hours of footage, and I did stop a lot, but I was very indecisive with some things in this house, because I just felt like it never looked really nice, and I was a bit mad. So I would sometimes be recording and stopping and looking at the stuff I was doing for a long time, and just be there looking, thinking if I liked it or not. But in here, I end up putting some counters, white counters, the same I use for the kitchen, with a little barbecue thing on the middle. Then I used this couch that I never really use as a lounging type of area, place to hang out, maybe with some friends. She can have some friends over, some fellow students maybe. And that's really cute, actually. I think this is a very cute backyard for a tiny home. This little pool, it's very, very little, but it's good to relax, Then with the living room, I went for the tiny home couches, as usual. I really love these couches. I think they are so good. I think this just looks awesome. And here is when I actually decided what type of personality I wanted this student to have. And that's why I started layering rugs, because it's a bit more playful, a bit more youthful, I think it looks really nice. I was struggling a little bit, as you can see, to place them exactly like I wanted them to be, but I think it ends up looking really, really nice. I eventually do put some not yellow curtains, I think. No, not yellow. Ones that are sparkly. You'll see when I do that, just to add a little bit more color to the living room, because it looks a little bit more brown and simple there. Then in here I decided to put the little desk nook for working, as you can see. I'm figuring this girl would be just working there and also doing her homework, because I did add some books in there in the desk, so she could do all the work she needed to do, either schoolwork or just normal work. Which for her, I'm imagining it would probably be some type of gaming related, maybe I don't know, streaming The Sims. And then in here I changed this little magazine thing to this brown color, but if it was now, maybe I would have kept it the initial swatch, the one that has a lot of blue paint on it, because I think it does fit the house a little bit better. So maybe you want to do that if you do download this. And here I'm just finishing the living room, because I realized I forgot the coffee table. I did think of it, but I forgot to place it, so I'm just doing that here. And this is the only coffee table I was able to fit in the living room without looking way too big there, and it's normal, I guess. It is a tiny house, so it makes sense. Then, as you can see, I am tying everything up by placing the white brick on the inside and painting every other wall just white, simple white. Then I'm changing the doors to the wood swatch with white trim, so it matches the front door a little bit better. Then here I am placing the counters for the kitchen in white, just like I did on the outside. I really love these counters from Get Together, I think. And here I'm placing the tiny yellow curtains that I really love. These, they look so nice. They are so cute, I think. They just, it's kind of a shame that they do take some specific style and a specific type of sim to, you know, put this down. And then I went for some shelving on top of the curtain and on top of the fridge to optimize a little bit of the storage in here, because I do think, like, if you have a tiny home, you do want to optimize the storage as much as you can, because you don't have that much counter space or that much cabinets, whatever, you know. But the top shelvings actually end up being a little bit too dull, I think, because in live mode and even in the screenshots, I think the stuff that is on that shelf ends up being a little too close to the roof. So maybe if you want to download this, maybe you should place those shelves a little bit further down, you know. And this is what I mean by the sparkly curtain thing. I think, once again, this does take a specific type of sim and a specific type of style to use. But I end up using that a lot in this build, because I think it just fits the personality of the sim that I am imagining so well. And again, the yellow curtains too, that's the only two type of curtains that I end up using, and they're really good. So instead of going for a dining table, I end up just making this type of island, because I feel like if it were me, if I was this student girl, I wouldn't really need a dining table. I probably wouldn't even use it much, because I would either just eat at the island as normal, or just bring the food maybe to the couch and eat there, whatever. I think it's totally fine that way. And then here I included the washing machines, the laundry machines in the bathroom, because I think it just looks way better when the laundry machines are in the bathroom, because I don't really like having laundry machines in the kitchen or something. Maybe it's because of where I'm from, because here we just don't have the washing machines in the kitchen or anything. It's always either in the laundry room or in the bathroom. It makes the most sense to me, in my opinion. But yeah, then I scooted things over so I could fit the laundry basket and all that. I ended up bringing the sparkly curtain thing to the bathroom too, because it's very cute and I really like that. And this doesn't at all fit my personality, but I still really like it. Then in the room, as you can see, I did not fit a double bed. It wouldn't fit ever, so I ended up going for a single bed, which is totally fine if this person is still a student and all. And I really like this room. I think it has such a good flow going on. I think it matches everything, looks very coherent, very good together. I cut it up, but it was a bit of a struggle to clutter the dresser thing. Things just were snapping on other things, but oh well, yeah, it's okay, I guess. So yeah, I did bring up both curtains on the inside. I was first trying to look for different curtains to use on the bigger window, but it just didn't look good, and it was like clipping with the bed, and I really didn't want to move the bed a bit or anything, because I think it looks nice. Then as you can see, I did have a bookshelf in the room too, and I end up adding a bookshelf on the wall of the bathroom between the doors, as you can see on the screenshots. And I did tie up a little bit better after filming, and as you can see, it looks really cute. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.